Hello everyone! Hi everyone. So let me just clean my camera, sorry. Cleaning you. Hey guys, how are you? How are you feeling? Where are you? So as you see, currently I'm not home. I'm in my home in Italy. And I just decided to come on the tube to discuss with you something that has been addressed to me, and I really want to talk about it with you guys, because I also want to see what do you think about this, because guys, I speak without filters. And yesterday I have done a reaction on the Super Bowl halftime with Shakira and J-Lo. And I have to admit, while I was watching it, I was like, damn, this is a bit, this is like very sexual and stuff. But I didn't think too much of it, because it's just, entertainment, and that's just how, I don't know, the industry works. I've seen things like this before in the entertainment industry and everything. So I didn't really was so much, oh my God, until some people have addressed it in the comments. And don't get me wrong, I'm not like a prude or someone that is like, oh my God, sexuality, let's not talk about it and whatever. But I kind of get their point. So I do kind of get the point of the people that, found it as well entertaining. So I just want to know, what do you guys think about it? So we can talk about it now. And I've read on a group I'm part of as well that, some people were kind of upset because they were watching the show with the kids, which I don't have any kids myself, but if I had kids, probably I will be like, maybe you want to go to your room and play while this is going on. I get their point. So I don't like as well the people that throw hate towards these people, because I can get their point as well. But let me hear. So what you guys are saying is, people are saying that because they are women and Latins, I don't think it was just sexual. Yeah, I get your point. The Latin culture is always been very sensual. I wouldn't call it sexual, but it's very sensual. Like, for example, bachata and salsa and reggaeton and all those genres of music. There's always been very sensual and sexual sometimes, yes. But I think it's also part of the culture. So I do see Shakira and J-Lo as why they dance like that, but I'm really torn between the two, so to me it was just strippers on stage, needs to be kept to the damn strip club. Well, okay, I do think one thing though, I do think that the poll was just a bit much. I do think that, but I think didn't J-Lo do a movie with Cardi B, and wasn't she dancing on a pole? So I think that's why she did that, probably because she was like, yo guys, I've learned how to dance on a pole to do this movie, so now, you know what, I am just gonna show you as well that I can do it live. I don't know, maybe that's what she thought. I really don't know. I thought, when I saw that, I did think it was a bit much. I'm not gonna lie to you. But at the same time, I'm not a prude, so I'm just like, yeah, kids are watching, so maybe not. But at the same time, some things were not overly sexual as things that I have seen lately. Um, so Edward, this wasn't a movie, this was a football game with families watching. Yeah, I do agree with you. I do agree. So that's why when I saw it, I felt for the people that were watching that with their kids, because I was like, yeah, that's a bit much. That's a bit stripper like. So, I mean, what is it really teaching our kids? What is it really teaching our generations? Yeah, I did think that. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I didn't mention on my video, but I do not want to be a hypocrite and not address this on my channel, because I would be a hypocrite. I mean, I just posted testimonies of, like me being a Christian. So obviously, since I posted that, I've been just been trying to be more modest, and I just try to change my life. So I would feel wrong in not mentioning the fact that I did think that, but at the same time, I did enjoy the performance. I did think that the choreo and the choreography, the costumes, and the performance was good. The whole scenery of the performance was great. I did think that yes, it was overly sexual, and I didn't particularly like that. I have to be honest. I just didn't mention, but I want to mention now, because just in case you see that video, I don't want you to think that I condone or think that it's, oh, this is amazing and whatever. I do think that, it's really not a show that they should have done maybe on a Super Bowl when kids are watching and everything. So I do think that in a sense, but that doesn't mean that I don't like the singers or their performance, because I do. And yeah, J-Lo put her daughter there to perform with her. So at the same time, I don't think she meant it to be so sexual. I don't know. It's hard. It's a hard one. It's a hard one, guys. It's a hard one. Because I do like the singers, so I don't want to condemn them and say, oh, whatever, just too sexual, and yeah, I don't want to like take a position on that and say that. But personally, I did think that. I mean, I did think that a bit for the people that have kids with them, and because it was Super Bowl, and it's a family show. So yeah, I'm just reading your comments, guys. Ariel, the best performer is J-Lo daughter M. Yeah, she was great. You see, that was a part of the show that I really enjoyed. And that's why maybe I think that has been done from them just on, like entertainment purposes, without thinking too much about being too sexual. Being Latinas, not trying to justify it, but just saying being Latinas is just, the way that the culture expresses sometimes is very sensual. I don't know. It's a hard one. It's a hard one. I don't even know. I don't even know. I'm reading your comments. Please, guys, do let me know what you think. Please do comment. Give me your point of views, because I'm a bit lost on this one. When I watched it, I was like, well, I've watched things before on the internet, and I know what we are bombarded with every day. So I know that there are things that are like more sexual than this. But the fact that this was on the Super Bowl halftime, I think that's what bothered a lot of people, not the fact that it was sexual. Because I mean, I'm reading a comment here as well from was it Edward, and it says, this wasn't a movie, this was a football game with families watching. Can I blame people thinking that? No, I can't, honestly. I can't really blame people. So yeah. Trying to make a conclusion of this will be really hard, because I'm torn between me liking the singers and me admitting that, was it overly sexual? Yeah, probably. So it's a hard one, because I did enjoy the show. But just on my point of view, as a woman, like, I did enjoy the whole, not as a woman, actually, as a singer, more likely, as an entertainer, as a performer. So, so I'm torn. I'm torn. I'm torn because as a performance, like, wholeness of what they did with the costumes, what they did with the choreographies, what they did with scenographic stuff, and like the things. There was a part where J-Lo was singing, and there was like a screen on the whole floor, and it was illustrating a waterfall, and with the choreo they were just interacting, and the visual was just amazing. So there are a lot of parts that I really enjoyed about the show. I don't know why they made it so obviously like sexual and more than the other years, because this is the first year I'm hearing something like that, and I'm hearing people complaining about it. This, I don't think this happened last year, but I mean, maybe I didn't pay enough attention, but surely last year I didn't for sure put a video on YouTube and express my concern about it. So this is the first time I hear something like that. But I think the world is kind of like getting more and more and more and more and more towards that direction. I don't know. It's just... And do I like it? No, because I do like more of like diva singers and, you know, like powerful voices, but with class in a sense. I don't think people that are as talented as Shakira and J-Lo need to even be that sexual, because they already got it, you know. So maybe it's just their choice. Maybe it's just how, I don't know, how they are, or how the director created the whole show. Yeah, that's awesome. I'm just reading the comments now. Sex gets views and that's what they want. Yeah, they probably thought, oh, this, you know, should I say middle-aged? Middle-aged women? Middle-aged women dressing sexually and like expressing and saying, oh, we still got it. It's something that would sell. So nowadays TV really doesn't care, and they're like, well, as long as it sells, we're just gonna throw it out there. We don't care if people watching, we don't care if kids are watching. So so yeah, I'm torn, guys. I mean, some of you say enjoy it, some of you say don't. I'm gonna say my opinion. Okay, I'm gonna say my opinion, which I didn't say on the video that I posted, because I'm just so used to it. Like, I think, like, I'm just so used to watch, like, on TV everywhere. Like, you know, we are bombarded every day with overly sexual things. So that's just, you know, what we are used to. And I didn't really think, since I don't have kids personally, I didn't really think, oh, you know, my kids can't watch because I don't have kids. So I wasn't on the position of people with families and they were watching the Super Bowl with families, and totally didn't expect that to come. That's also a thing. Because one thing is you go to watch a movie and you know what it's about, you've seen the trailer and you've seen it. But one thing is you just watching TV and they just put in a show that is like overly sexual, and you're there with your kids and you're like, all right, okay, cool. What to do? So, as I said, I did like a lot of it. I do love Shakira. I do love J-Lo. They're not one of my favorite singers, I'm gonna have to be honest, but I love their songs. I've been singing their songs for years. Their songs bring me a lot of memories. But at the same time, I did enjoy the choreography. I did enjoy the scenography. I did enjoy the show, how the show was set. It was the costumes, the choreos, the mashups, the singers, the voices of the singers, the technicality of the singers. J-Lo in particular really killed it because she sang everything live. Shakira did some lip syncing, but she also sang live. But I think there was no need of that overly sexual thing, but I think they did it on purpose so people can talk about it, to be honest. They did it on purpose because, as someone mentioned in the comments, sex sells and that's what the world wants, either we agree or not. And I know it's unfair, it's really unfair, but I think that's why they did it. I think that's why they made a conscious choice to just do it like that. As I said, middle-aged women acting like strippers nowadays is just so, I don't know, it's a fashion. Everybody wants to be a stripper nowadays, even famous people. I don't see the fashion about it, but I don't know. I don't really know, like, honestly. I don't really know why famous people need to do that. And I mean, it's not like Shakira and J-Lo. There are two singers that have never really fallen off their career, you know. They haven't vanished from the scene. They have been doing hits, like, I don't know, until probably a few years ago. So, I mean, J-Lo has done movies as well, like a lot of movies. So Shakira has done things as well. And yeah, I just think that they didn't need to do it. They chose to do it to make people talk about it. And nowadays, you know, it's also a fashion to do a bit of scandal, controversy, all of those things. I think the world just thrives for it, and people are just, you know, they're just like that. Let me read some of your comments, guys. So, yeah, bombarded by overly violent stuff too. I'd rather have the sexual stuff over the violent stuff. I'd rather have none of the two. And you know, guys, I used to be somebody that was really, really, really liberal about sexuality and about, you know, I was part of a company that, you know, we had a show, and it was a cabaret show, and it was really not sexual, but it was really sensual. Yeah, sometimes it was a bit like overly sensual, not sexual, but overly sensual. And I was really okay with that. So I'm not a hypocrite. I mean, I've done these things in the show business. I've done shows pretty much not as, J Lo and Shakira did at the Super Bowl, but we go really close to it. So I've been somebody that really supported that kind of lifestyle, but I've changed and I've come to the realization of some things in myself as a woman. And it's just something that I don't feel mine anymore. Like to be just overly like having to, I don't know, to always expose myself in that way. I don't know if it makes sense in some kind of way, but so yeah, that's what I'm saying. I can't point the finger and say, oh, you did this, did that. But I do think that it was a bit inappropriate for the Super Bowl halftime because kids were watching and families were watching. So I don't think it's fair because families weren't prepared to that. So I kind of feel for them. I do. But yeah, somebody said if they don't do the same thing in if they don't do the same thing in their live shows, then yes, the halftime show was overdone sexually. However, if the live shows are similar, then I see nothing wrong. Okay, you know what makes me think this is nothing new. I mean, I think I have seen, no, not seen, I've heard, because I haven't seen it really, but I've seen pictures of it. But I've been hearing of things of this kind for years now. You guys remember when Miley Cyrus was doing that tour, and that tour was just incredibly already sexual. She was just like jumping around with inflatable, like, can't say it because they're gonna unmonetize me, and but her videos were like concerts were just over the top. And people were complaining about it. I don't know if you guys remember it, but when families were taking their kids to see her concerts, they were really complaining about it. And I remember there was a controversy about that as well. I think just people like celebrities just do it on purpose nowadays, just because they want to create a bit of controversy. I just came to this conclusion, I just came to this conclusion. Maroon 5 lead singer was bare-chested last year, but that's okay. Well, you do have a point here. You do have a point. Well, I don't think it's about women or men. I think it's about, I mean, if there was a male singer being a stripper, like doing that in the Super Bowl halftime, I think it would have had the same controversial like reaction from people. I don't think it's about women and men. Okay, guys, I want to ask you a question. So, what do you think about people saying it was degrading on a female perspective? Do you think it was like I want to hear the women side now of it. Do you think it was degrading as a woman to see that and see that it was what's happening now? And guys, tonight something, well, you answer me now, and I'm gonna, while you think about your answer, I am gonna tell you something that really convicted me into making this video tonight. I don't know if she's watching. I hope she's not angry if she's watching. But I don't know if I should say this. YouTube, help me. Okay. Somebody texted me tonight, and it's a friend of mine, and she asked me something, and I don't know if I should say it. I'm so hold on, let me think about it. Okay, so basically the whole thing about it, I don't know, I think I'll edit this after, I don't know, it's it's appropriate for me to say, but anyways, I think the excuse of people is gonna be like, okay, so why do J-Lo and Shakira get to be like that? So if they get to be like that, then it's my excuse for me to be like that as well and be justified by it. So I think that's a bit, I don't know, as singers and as artists, we do have to think that we do have an influence on younger generations. But at the same time, I don't know. I feel like we do have a responsibility, you know? Yeah, we do a... Okay, let me see. Try to walk that way in public, see what is going to happen. So I invite the people that are writing rude comments to just cut it off, because I'm not interested in your rude comments. Anyways, and I'm not gonna say names, but just don't be rude on my chat. And obviously it's none of the people that I mentioned, but the people that I didn't mention. So yeah, I was saying that we do have a responsibility. So a message that I received tonight really convicted me to make this video and ask your opinion about it, guys, because we do have our responsibilities. We're influencing people every day. So like somebody texted me and they were like, oh yeah, so if Shakira and J-Lo are like this, then, you know, why can I be like that too? And for me, I was like, you see, that's what it's creating. So at the same time, I'm like, maybe maybe it was a wrong example to give. I don't know. I don't know. Changing subject. So what's my favorite book is Shantaram. My favorite Disney film, I think, I don't know. My favorite Disney film, I don't know really. I'm not a big Disney movie fan. Sorry. Yeah, so guys, I mean, no one has answered me about it yet, but I hope you guys will write it in the comments for the people that were not here. And so yeah, so if you think the show was degrading for women or empowering for women, what do you think? And oh, and also I am allowed to say my opinion. You know, this is not a reporter channel. This is my channel. You know, it's just, you know, it's a personal channel. I can say my opinion. But I just want to say that I did really enjoy the show. That's I'm not a hypocrite. I'm not lying. I did enjoy the show. So understand that your point of view is coming from someone who is a singer and entertainer. Most of us aren't and just want to be entertained. There was much more to the performance than sexuality. I do agree. There was so much more to the performance than sexuality. That I have to agree. You know what happens in the world? It happens that Every time, you know, somebody does something a bit controversial, people are always ready to point fingers, but then they forget about all the great things, you know. So we do have to say that it was an amazing show. We do have to say that it was a well thought, rehearsed, prepared, worked hard for show. So we do have to say that. We can't deny that, you know? We can't deny it. And then now the debate is, was it overly sexual? Was it not? What do you guys think? We can talk about it, but we can't deny that it was a freaking amazing show. I mean, everything about it was really great. And I think I think that the thing that amazed me the most, and I have to say that, the thing that amazed me the most, and I said it in my previous video, was that, you know, the fact that they did this show as two Latinas from America. Shakira's from Colombia. I learned she's half Lebanese as well. And J-Lo is from Puerto Rico. And on a song, when she was singing Born in the USA, she was holding a flag, and it was an American flag. And behind there was in the front, I think, the Puerto Rican flag, and behind the American flag. So I think that that was a clear statement of just, we are Latinas, but we stand up for ourselves. We were born in this country, so you whoever you are can say, because I don't want to get too political, can tell us that we are any different from other citizens of the USA. You know, so it was a pretty good statement of unity, and like, you know, all the Latinas and Latinos in the USA. It was really great, that part, and that's what I focused on. That's why I didn't even talk about this overly sexual stuff. But I did feel like it was great that, you know, they were like, no, we were born in the USA, like, you want to kick us out now? Like, what's going on? You know, this is our country. We built this country because, you know, Latinos, they really, like, have been historically a huge part of the United States in terms of cultural progress and history. So, you know, it's just ridiculous how the recent things and the recent what happened recently, you know, with the Latinos and Mexicans and, you know, all the South American people. So I like that part, that they stood up for their own you know, background. And I would have done the same as an Italian, you know, if Italians would have treated any differently in, you know, my country or America as well. Because, you know, for example, there's a lot of Italians in America. If the same thing would have happened to my my co-nationals, I would have been, and myself as well, I would have, like, kind of protested about it and, you know, speak out loud for it. So I do get that point, and I 100% stand for it. Let me see. Let me just read your comments now that I talk a lot. I love the fireworks. Yeah, the fireworks were amazing. I hope to one day meet you and get a photo with you, Nya Crea. I've been waiting 2 years so far. Oh, Hayden, thank you so much. It would make me so happy to meet you as well. I do shows in London sometimes, so I always post it on my social media. So if you follow me on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, I always post it there. Plus, you can tell me the NFL didn't know what they were getting when they booked this two for a halftime show. They both have performed, dressed, acted somewhat risky in the past. Yeah, Greffy 827 has a lot of good points tonight, because I mean, I don't think it's about only Shakira and J-Lo decision at all. I think the director of the show was pretty aware of what he was doing, of what he was trying to achieve. You know, it's like, I'm gonna put two middle-aged women and make him dress like very sexy, and make him dance really sexy, and make him do like sexy, like, I don't know, moves and stuff. I'm gonna put a pole in this. I mean, it was pretty much all studied step by step. So I don't think it was casual at all, or I don't think they weren't aware of what they were getting. I think that was done pretty purposely. So yeah, the whole thing. Yep. I don't know. If you guys have some more comments, you can type them now. I think I said pretty much what I had to say. Like, I wanted to hear something more from you guys. You can also put it in the comments down below, and subscribe and like my videos. You know how it is. Okay, no offense, but you keep saying middle-aged women. Would it have been different if they were in the 20s? Yes, it would have been different, because I think that people were more shocked because they are older. I say that because I've noticed that those kind of comments as well with Madonna. Keep on singing and doing her shows and being extra, how do you say, like extra, let me find the word, provocative, and very sexual as well. So I've seen people criticizing Madonna because of her age and her overly sexual kind of like performances and way of being, but I mean, she's always been like that since, you know, she started her career. But also, I think people stopped talking about it because they kind of got used to it. And yeah, so I think the fact that they were middle-aged women, they are middle-aged women, it kind of like makes people angrier. I think, I don't know, because yeah, I think so. Yeah, so Billie, okay. Sorry. Billie Eilish will never dress like that. Okay, I don't want to talk about Billie Eilish. Let's just not even open the chapter. I think she's an amazing singer, but I do not like certain songs of hers, or certain messages of her songs, or certain lyrics of her songs. But I do think she's a talented songwriter. I do like some of her songs. But I'm not gonna open a chapter, because I know if I do, and if I ever talk about the singer, I'm just gonna get so much hate from the internet. So I'm just not gonna talk about it. I'm just gonna save myself. I got to see singers perform in London at Green Note in Camden, and the Water Rats in King's Cross is the only music venues I can get to easily. Okay, Hayden. I mean, I would love to see you at one of my shows. And if you want to know where are my shows, just follow me on the other social media, because I post it there all the time. Eilish is buried 18th, so that would be Scandalous Good Singer. She whispers, talks her songs. Yeah, I don't mean by good singer. I should have said good singer songwriter. She does have some skills as a songwriter, but I have to be careful about what I say. It's just not my preference. Let's just say it like that. And I and I know all the people, they're always like, Billie Eilish, Billie Eilish, Billie Eilish, because obviously she won so many Grammys this year that it's insane. Uh, which I think she's super talented. Honestly, I do. I just don't like some themes of like the overly depressing videos and themes sometimes of her songs. Some lyrics are, I mean, I think she's not, I think while everyone is just being overly sexual just to make a bit of scandalous, she's being scandalous under a kind of like spiritual way, because if you go and read some of her lyrics are, I mean, guys, I'm a Christian. How can I, like certain things when I see them and when I see certain lyrics? You can't blame me for what I believe. Even if you like Billie Eilish, good for you, but you can't blame me if I don't like certain things, because that doesn't stand with what I believe. And some of her songs, they just don't stand for what I believe. Yeah, it's just not my preference. I'm not gonna go and listen to them. I listened to them once and then I read the lyrics and I was like, okay. But that doesn't mean that I don't think that she's, talented, great skills as a singer-songwriter, and, really good. I mean, she won 6 I don't know how many Grammys. I don't have to come and tell you that she's good or she has some skills. Come on, like, but as human beings, we can like or not like something, and it's okay. Like, I think the people need to stop spreading hate and hating people just because they don't like the same things that they do. This is a free world. We can like whoever we want to like, and we can say whatever we want to say without offending people, as long as it's just said in a very respectful manner. We can all get along, and we don't need to offend or be rude, or there's no need to do that, because I can have an opinion, you can have another one, we can have a discussion. But I don't like when people go and be rude on the channel just because I don't like something. But I try to avoid these things, because I'm a pretty straightforward person. So if I don't like something, before, I have to admit, I was a bit scared of the YouTube backlash, but now I'm not anymore. I'm just not scared of it anymore. I'm just willing to take a risk and say what I really think, because I am truthful. At least, if you're gonna like me, you're gonna like me, for who I am, for the things that I say, for the things that I think. Even if the things don't resonate with you, that's okay. If what you think doesn't resonate with me, I still love you. I still thank you for being subscribed to this channel. We don't have to think of, agree every time on everything. Let me, okay, put Elish up against Dimash and see what happens. You can't love all music. Exactly. Billie can't sing, but she won't. I'm pretty sure she can sing. I think she's great. I mean, I can hear some great potential in her voice. I never really heard a lot, but yeah. I like listening to pop, rock, country, and acoustic music. Death metal and gangster rap are probably not 2 of your favorites. True, that will make the world much better to respect each other's meanings. Yeah, exactly. Death metal and gangster rap, well, I really don't listen to them, but it's really not about the genre to me. It's about the message. I feel like we just have to be careful. I don't know. I feel like so responsible, because, even in my small, I'm not a big YouTuber, or I'm not a, big, super famous singer-songwriter, but I do feel the responsibility of the message in a sense. Um, so I'm really careful about that. And sometimes I question the meanings even way too much when I really shouldn't. Because sometimes, you know, you can write something because you're feeling something, and it doesn't have to be like, you know, too much thought about. But yeah. There are games played by most entertainment industries, those that decide to play those games when the awards and become popular. I kind of agree on that, but I'm not a conspirator. I don't know how you say it in English. Anyways, I don't do conspiracy theories, so I'm just gonna stay from that. And it's probably like that, you know. It's probably like that. But you know, this is in the end. This is what I think, and I'm gonna finish this video like this, very spiritual way. So we are in this world, and it's a limited time. So the things that we're gonna do in this world, you know, I think they can be really meaningful to people. They can inspire people, they can help people, or they can do the opposite. I don't know. And so I think that, you know, I want to do the first one. So I just trying at least. So thank you guys. I had a good stream too. I had a good time too. I just want to give a big shout out to Greve, Sinomed, and Hayden Winfield for being so kind and staying until the end. And sorry if I forgot anyone, but I love you all, guys. I really do. Thank you so much. And I will see you very soon. Mwah. Bye.